Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Blue with me, your host, John Garcia. Today, we are in Saffron City, taking on a challenge we could have taken a long time ago, but is can be difficult. My team, has a couple Pokemon who are weak to fighting, and here we're fighting the Saffron City gym, correct? I mean, it's a gym outside, right? Well, it's the fighting dojo. Nope, didn't need to turn it up that much, never mind. Sorry. Anyway, fighting, very good type. Super effective against rock and normal types. Later on, some more types. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's not that good in this game. But we've got Rhinosaur and Winterreise who are weak. The thing is, though, we're at such a higher level now because I waited so long to go here that I think we're gonna be good. So you know, that's a bonus. Next episode, I think I'm gonna start on some side quests. I guess I'm kind of starting on side quests with this because you really don't have to do the fighting dojo. I just kind of wanted to show it off. So today, what I'd like to talk about is what did I like to talk about? Oh. I read a book for social class that I'm in, sociology class, and it was an interesting book, and I knew some of the things in it already, but I didn't know a lot of the things in it. I thought I'd share some of it. By the way, Primate Sprite looks really cool. I don't care if it looks slightly deformed; it still looks cool. Oh wow, you're still using your attacks that are weak against me and missing? Way to go, Primate! Way to go! Yeah. So this book's called Chicken, like the animal, yeah, and it's by Steve, what was it? Striffler, Steve Striffler. That's a cool name if I ever heard one. And basically it's about how chicken has changed. The perception of chicken has changed, and the industry of chicken has changed. And if you know anything about like the agricultural industry or anything like that, you know that it's not going to be a very positive book. Here's the thing. I'm gonna, more talk about, this book in relationship to my personal life or whatever. I would recommend this book, by the way, for anyone. I'll put a link to if you want to buy it on Amazon in the doobly-doo, but really, you should probably just go to a library or whatever if you're that interested. And what it is, it's probably going to be at any good university library because it wasn't mine, but then again we had a class that was, yeah, anyway. So the great thing about this, the thing about chicken is back in, say, like any time before like the late 1930s, chicken was not very commonly eaten. The reason being chickens are hard to raise, and they're expensive to raise. They're like cows. You gotta feed them a lot. You gotta take care of them. They're prone to disease. They can be violent. They need a lot of space. They're not that meaty is the problem. They're not that fat. So chicken and having chicken to raising chickens was not something that was anyone's primary business venture. Well, that started to change because people started selling chicken. People started getting chicken in bulk and selling it locally, and they started billing it as like a healthy alternative. And this is true because usually, and you'll see why I'm saying usually. Usually, regular chicken, unprocessed, is gonna be better for you than like red meats. That should be obvious to everyone knows that. Yow stubbed fingers. Way to go. I'm not even really paying attention to the game right now. Chicken. Anyway, but then they started talking about, how it's healthier and about, like, they kind of bill it as a luxury item because the thing is, chicken costs as much as, like, lobster, but chicken's not as good as lobster, I'm sure you know. And, it's, with lobster, you can just fish them up, chicken, you can't really do that, although there are lobster farms now, I guess. But anyway, then World War II came along, and chicken was doing okay before that because, it started being billed as a luxury food. But World War II came along, and everyone realized that, hey, we're going to need stuff for the soldiers. So overseas, we decided to save up and buy up all the beef and the pork and ration it so that soldiers could have meats that we thought were any good. This is in the United States. The chicken industry internationally, I don't really know much about it, and I think that's something that the book lacked. But whatever. I'm American, and the chicken industry is primarily American, and much of the industries that use a lot of chicken are, also that. So, that's what's the most important. I'm trying not to be Americentric here, but, it's most important that the people who use and make the most chicken. But basically what happened is because chicken wasn't rationed, there was an opportunity to sell it. And because the government started subsidizing it, and because of all these things together, people started getting chicken and making it better. In the 50s, especially, like right after the war, people liked chicken. People had a lot of money. People had a lot of free time and resources and stuff. Now we fight the karate master, the leader here. I wish to challenge you, yes, fwa! Ha 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 ha. Anyway, so chicken was, I'm just starting the sentences with chicken was, and then I'm forgetting what I was actually saying. So, people started, like, breeding chickens and making them, like, their special little, kinds of chicken. Like, now we have chickens that they can get raised in half the time that they were, like, they grow to their adult stage. They weigh, like, 3 times as much. They have more breast meat. They have more of the meat that, people like. Hitmonchan always had such a weird sprite in this game. Ugh. Anyway, the problem is, that when we did this, 2 things happened. Is some businesses started getting more control of chicken because how they got enough money to do it was with integration where they had the growers under their fingers and all this. And the thing is, it still costs a lot to make chicken. Actually, I don't know which Pokemon I'm going to choose, actually. You can choose either Hitmonchan or Hitmonlee. I'm going to use neither of them, but I think Hitmonlee looks cooler, so I'm just going to use that. Yeah, I'm going to use Hitmonlee. I got Hitmonlee. What do I want to name it? Oh, man. What do I want to name it? This is awkward. I'm just going to name it, Jeremy? Yeah, Jeremy. Because I know a guy named Jeremy who makes gameplay videos. GermTube is his thing. And he makes some Pokemon stuff. So hopefully, yeah, maybe that. Anyway, so the problem there, obviously, was that chicken is still really expensive to make. The thing is, we just have subsidies. We have the government providing extra money to chicken growers. And we have huge corporations making these chickens, so all the money goes to one place. But now, the current problem is, first of all, starting in the 70s or so, when fast food was really taking off, chicken became a fast food item, and so most chicken is bought by the fast food industry. So you know the quality of chicken you have at fast food restaurants? Yeah. Yeah, if you're saying, oh no, I don't, because it's terrible quality, you're right. You're right. It's absolutely terrible quality. So, the problem is that that's the standard. That's the standard for raising chicken, too. Because, yeah, I'm just gonna fight these trainers for the rest of the episode, probably. That's what the standard is it's set by the fast food industry. And the problem with this is that we have chicken that's terribly unhealthy because it's processed, all the way up to the moon and back. That sounded really hickish of me. All the way to the moon and back. That's how it's processed. Yeah. So the thing is with that, we have chicken that's not as healthy as beef and pork, and not as and also still pretty dang expensive. Obviously, we've made it less expensive over the years with things like making the big corporations handling it so they can buy in bulk and stuff like that. The problem now is everyone in the chicken industry hates the chicken industry. It still costs a lot, so the people who grow the chickens, who like take the chicks and raise them, they have to take out huge loans, like $500,000, something like that. It's like $200,000 for just a chicken house. and they have to take out these huge loans just to raise these chickens, but they make relatively little off these chickens. They make about $18,000 a year, so they're never going to pay off those loans. But they think to themselves, oh, if I work hard, maybe get another job aside from this, I can be making a ton of money, you know, eventually. Problem is, when something new has to be done for a house, like either the corporation wants it or it's some mandate from the government, they have to, the people who are paying for those new things are the growers, the farmers. So they have to take on another loan. All these loans, by the way, they're only able to get these loans because they get them through the company that they're getting the chicken that they're selling the chickens to. So they owe these companies and they owe these banks so much, and they just keep owing more. So obviously a huge problem. And then the other problem is what comes after that. The workers are treated terribly. Like in the factories, they're treated. I mean, working in the meat industry is just about the most dangerous job you can have now. People get maimed all the time and hurt and stuff like that. Thing is, no one cares because, like, especially recently, all the people working in those factories are Mexicans or Southeast Asians who are carted in illegally to work. And the thing is, they're not just sneaking in to get to these chicken factories. The factory owners, the corporations, you know, Tyson and Holly Foods and all this stuff, or Holly Foods doesn't exist anymore, Pilgrim's Pride, all that stuff, they actually, they facilitate the illegal immigration. They say, hey, come over here and we'll let you work, and stuff like that, and they make them fake documents and charge them for it. And obviously, I mean, I don't know what your guys' stances on illegal immigration is. It's a very complicated issue, but when the very same people who are saying, hey, we don't like these immigrants, you know, rich CEOs and stuff, you know, oh, they're taking all your jobs, blame them for it, when they're the ones carting them in to do the jobs because, you know, they can charge, they'll complain less and they can pay them less, that's obviously a huge problem, you know, with these factory owners, and they treat them really terribly. They do the same job over and over, which gives them repetitive stress injuries. They get carpal tunnel within like a few, like if you work at a chicken processing factory for like more than a few months, you're having permanent joint damage. There's people getting their fingers cut off and stuff. And aside from that, it's very unsanitary. Like, it's surprising how unsanitary the food industry can get. Like, they dump all their waste in ponds and stuff, and it's just cheaper that way. They to cool off the chickens, they stick them in a big vat of water, and any bacteria on one chicken's gonna get on the others, and they're just covered in feces and blood and urine and sweat and dirt, and it comes to, I think it's a lot of people get sick. I don't know the statistic for how many people get sick. By the way, there is a running gag there. In every game, there is a trainer with 6 Magikarp. So that's cool. But anyway, what was I saying? Chicken something? Oh yeah. So 1,000 people die every year from eating chicken. That's scary. That's really scary, especially since a lot of these people are like school children because they get the food through the the programs there. If you'll notice in schools, they serve chicken more than any other meat. Mostly because the government has like plans with them. And the reasoning for this is the FDA and the USDA and all these departments which are supposed to monitor the chickens. Not only are there huge lobbying firms headed by these corporations that are saying, hey, no, don't worry too much about the chicken. It's fine, we got this. But also, half the people working in the FDA and stuff come from the chicken business, or come from, agricultural businesses. And this is fine. You think, like, oh, we need someone with expertise to come in. But Oh, I love Tentacruel Sprite here because it's like, I am very disappointed. But why am I losing track of my thought thing I'm having? They, oh yeah, they, like, it's cruel to the chickens, obviously, but it's so cruel to the people who are, to consumers. I mean, it's very unhealthy. It's one of the most dangerous foods, chicken, just because the industry is so underregulated. And, like, it would be regulated fine if they did checks, because they're supposed to, like, slaughterhouses are supposed to get a check every shift, but usually they go at least, like, 2 weeks between checks. So, a lot of gross crap can happen in 2 weeks. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I'm sick of ranting about this, and you guys are sick of hearing about it. The solutions are difficult, because really, like, the runoff from these factories and stuff goes into vegetable fields, too. The same problems, if not more problems, are had with things like soybean and corn. So, you know, it's really an unavoidable problem. The thing that needs to be done is more transparency in the field. But, you know, that's a solution for a lot of things that we're never going to have. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Tell me what to talk about and what to name Pokemon and stuff like that. Okay, bye.